Oh, man, I'm telling you what, this next 10 days is not going to be fun for any of us. We're not going to have a good time at all because there's going to be sprint cars with Ferris wheels and fair food on every one of our timelines for the next 10 days. Erin, do you believe what these people in Pennsylvania are going to do to us?
I know.
It's abuse.
And we're going to get a lot of abuse from Ashley, who's going to enjoy this year.
Oh, it's insane.
Front row seat.
Yeah, front row seat. And it's, fairs and race cars are really, really neat. I never had a fairgrounds track. I would go to Orange County once in a while.
Yeah.
But then you'd see, like on Area Auto Racing News or Gator Racing News, you'd always see the sprint cars from Port Royal with the Ferris wheel in the back. And it's like, wouldn't that be the coolest thing in the world? Orange County had fair food during races.
But the fair wasn't going on.
The fair wasn't going on, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't going on, but they did have fair food.
Yeah.
But we are going into the Juniata County Fair, okay? If you're in that area, why don't you just keep your yap shut? Why don't you just stay off social media, eat at the Lutheran church stand every day, and stop ruining our lives by sharing pictures of it?
I think you're more upset about the food pictures.
Well, I am. I'm going to be sitting here eating a leafy green salad, and you're going to be doing the turkey dinner. There are so many special things about sprint cars, and this is across the country. And there are so many special things about sprint cars in Pennsylvania. And there are so many special things in sprint cars in Juniata County. And this next 10 days or 8 days, I guess it is going to be special. All leads up to the Tuscarora 50. There's that Monday afternoon show where we'll all rave about how good the track was for an afternoon show. I mean, it's just, and there's going to be pictures of food and Ferris wheels and sprint cars, and y'all just keep it to yourself. No, I'm serious. I love it. I love it. She's Erin Evernham. I'm Steve Post. This is Wing Nation, the podcast presented by Dryden, DRF Racing Oils. We're in the Hercules Tire Studios, and the maestro of all of this is our buddy Steve O'Neill, and we will talk to Steve here on the podcast. Before we get to that, though, Friday night at Attica Raceway Park, Cole Macedo's leading this race, which usually means a trip to victory lane. Trey Jacobs says not so fast on the last lap. Here's our buddy Brian Liskey with the call on Dirt Vision.
And now for the Dryden death-defying move of the week, where one driver simply amazes us with their on-track moves.
White flag in the air, and here comes Trey Jacobs. Jacobs races to the inside of Cole Macedo in the 1 and 2. He can see him down the backstretch. 2 more left-hand turns. Here comes Trey Jacobs to the inside of Macedo. Trey Jacobs out of turn 4 takes the win.
That death-defying move was brought to you by Dryden Diesel All Death, the official death of the world of outlaws and wheelmen everywhere. Visit Dryden.com for more information.
For decades, Dryden Lubricants has been made in America and made to last, paving the way on our highways, in our fields, and on the production line. Today, Dryden offers a complete line of engine oils, greases, hydraulic and transmission fluids, and diesel exhaust fluid. If you want greater performance and protection for your critical engines and equipment, go to Dryden.com. Dryden, American-owned and operated, and a proud supporter of racing and race fans everywhere. Citywide to countryside, whatever you drive, wherever you go, Hercules has the value, selection, and industry-leading warranty to get you there, no matter where the road takes you. Go to HerculesTires.com. There you can find the nearest authorized Hercules retail location to you. Plus, you can use the tire tracker to find out which Hercules tire fits your vehicle the best. That's HerculesTires.com. Hercules Tires. Ride on our strength. Wing Nation, presented by Dryden DRF Racing Oil. Let's go to the Sage Fruit Hotline, the maestro of all things Juniata County Fair, Racing, Port Royal, Tuscarora 50, Labor Day Classic. Steve O'Neill joins us. Hello, Steve. How are you?
I'm good. Hi, how are you doing?
We're doing fantastic. All right. So are you ready for what's about to happen to you at the Speed Palace? You've been through it before, so you know the drill, but you are getting ready to just have a whopping 8 days or 9 days or whatever it is.
Well, it's going to be busy, but yeah, like you said, I've been through it a few times, so kind of used to it. So stressful, but fun at the same time.
You say you're kind of used to it, but how difficult is it logistically with the fair going on? How different is it than a regular week just to do some of your simple tasks?
Well, it just you just got to keep focused and make sure you just stay on top of things, because just one day just rolls into the next. It's just, like it never stops. So you just the track guys. I mean, I really feel for my track guys. I mean, it's a lot of work for those guys. I mean, they're the ones that really, put a lot of time in. So I feel for them guys. It's a long, hard 8 days for them.
Yeah, I mean, it really truly is. And getting the track prepared. And the other thing is, you look at it, what they do. I shared in our opening, Steve, before we got you on the line, we have the normal things. We're going to see all the fair food. We're going to see Ferris wheels. We're going to see the Lutheran church stand. And we're all going to rave on Monday afternoon about how good the track was for an afternoon race. I think that's the other thing, is that the challenge is it's not just the same challenge, and we don't know what the weather's going to be. These guys have got to be on their game, because that will determine success or failure. I mean, you'll sell a lot of tickets, but those guys will determine what that thing looks like on the racetrack.
Oh, absolutely. And you're right. I mean, the weather, like I'm sitting here right now, at the other speedway I work at, we had a race scheduled for tomorrow, and here we got, the hurricane coming up and going ahead of us for that show. So they were calling for anywhere from 3 to 8 inches of rain around here for the next day or so. So we got to get through that one first, the weather, and see what kind of destruction we get out of that. And I'm sure they're going to have to fix the racetrack up from that when you get that kind of rain, just to be ready to go for the first Saturday night. So, yeah, it's going to be challenging.
When you're trying to prepare a track for that and stay on top of the weather, how does that, obviously on a lot of weekends you guys run multiple times, but as many races you're running in such a short period of time, how difficult is it to stay on top of the track? Do they start, turning it up as soon as the races are over on one night? How hard is it to stay on top of it and to watch the weather?
Well, normally, as soon as we get done racing, the next day they're right on top. And of course, when you're running a couple nights in a row, as soon as the checker flag waves in that last race, they're back out on, disking it, regrading it, and whatever it takes to start getting it ready. So then, you do all the grading and disking and everything like that, and then you got to put some water on it, got water down in the surface. So, when you do more in one day at a time, like when we do the 3 days in a row, they're actually start a couple days ahead of time, and they're work straight through until we're done racing.
Wow. So, absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Steve, Erin asked you a little bit. I mean, with the fair in town, there's all kinds of obstacles and things you need to maneuver around, and that's understandable. That's the beauty of having the fair there. But one of the other things it does is it probably over the course of time opens up a lot of new eyes to sprint car fans. So it's got to be a good opportunity for you to showcase what you guys do there on a regular Saturday night to some new people.
I think over the years that it absolutely has worked that way, especially the last 10 years, and especially last year. I mean, last year with COVID and a lot of places still being shut down, we still had our little fair, and we had all the races, and that was like the real for a lot of people, the first time they were out in the public, and we created a lot of new race fans over that last year. So. I mean, you hate to use COVID to grow race fans, but I think we all did last year.
Steve, I hate to ask this question, but it's part of the world we live in, and you're already talking about COVID. Is there? I mean, are there any concerns with the new variant and all sorts of people worried about mandates? Is there concerns going into those next weeks, or are things good for you guys?
Right now, things seem really good around this area, and I mean, there's always that concern. You always have the concern. You hope people do whatever, anything possible, to try not to get it, But you always have that concern. But right now in our area, there really has been no concern at all. Really,
that's great.
That's great news. That really truly is. Steve, my question is: you are just constantly going? Do you ever get a chance during this upcoming 8 days, or will you get a chance to enjoy a little bit of the fair, go to the Lutheran church stand or anything, or on the other side, enjoy a little of the racing, or is it just nose to the grindstone the whole time?
Normally by the end of the second week, I normally do take a little bit of time and really sit back and try to enjoy some of the races. I mean, as long as it's not, as long as it's not weather, I usually by then can sit back and, I mean, the All-Star being All-Star sanctioned the second week, takes some pressure off of me for the races. When the races are being run, those guys are, the All-Stars are top class. So that takes a little pressure off me once races actually get going. So, yes, I do get to take a little time to really sort of enjoy the races a little bit. But the other side of it is, as far as going to the fair or anything like that, I really don't do that. I mean, I see so many people on the 5 days of the races. That's really about enough fair for me. And again, somebody like me, you can't walk. My wife and I can't walk around together and eat and stuff because it is what it is. But everybody wants to stop and talk racing, and so it's kind of hard to really enjoy yourself in them other days. So I just do the races. So
that makes all the sense in the world. That's
yeah,
for
I
sure.
hope you at least get some delivery of the good food from the fair.
Quite honestly, I mean, I tell people this, and even the vendors, vendors are also good too. And, they always say, hey, just come on down, and we'll take care of you. But it's amazing. There's been fairs where I've hardly eaten anything during the fair because, number one, I don't do real good with nerves eating for the races. And, and usually we're done racing, those folks have had a long day, so they're closed up. So there's very few times do I even eat anything at the fair, to be honest. Maybe Labor Day. We were in the afternoon after the Labor Day races were over. Maybe then I'll hang out for a while and get something to eat. But that's about it.
No problem at all. All builds up to the Tuscarora 50, and Steve, everybody, all the tracks want to have their big one. This thing has really grown into one of the marquee events. You have got to be really, really proud when you sit back and see what this Tuscarora 50 has become.
Well, I will tell you, I am very proud of it. I mean, last year, again, it was always for years, it was a one-day show. I came in, turned it into a two-day show, and last year we went the third day. That was all because we had lost so many races early in the year, and we lost my race with the All-Stars, so I just rescheduled it and made it a three-day show, and it was really successful last year. So, my thought process is, why change it? Let's see what happens again this year. So we left it a three-day show, made each one of the days, each one of them is going to pay more and be bigger. And that's what an event's all about. So I said, yeah, I'm proud of it, and I hope it continues in the trend that it's been going.
Well, and now that it is such a marquee event, the past few years you've had Brian Brown and Rico and Kyle Larson, people show up from that aren't part of the All-Stars, aren't really PA. Is there anyone that you're expecting coming to this upcoming Tuscarora 50?
I have not been officially notified yet of who all is coming. I do know when I was in Knoxville, there were several guys, several drivers have told me they hope to see me. But I can't tell you that at this point. I'm sure before long my phone will start ringing, but so far I have not no confirmation yet. The only one I did see was Erin was going to be coming in with his new team, and he's definitely going to be coming in. I do know that. So
that boy gets around your track pretty good too, doesn't he?
I'll tell you what, he's sure not scared of it. I think he really likes it. I mean, yeah. Erin, he's one of them guys, he'll put the pedal down, and then he'll go.
Yeah.
So, new team or not, I wouldn't count him out.
No, not at all. It is going to be exciting. Steve, I know you're very busy. I know you're busy with your real job and then busy with everything else. So I sincerely appreciate you taking some time today to set the table and get us all set up. I just wish you guys perfect weather and great racing over the next 5 races in 8 days. We wish you the best on that.
Hey, I really appreciate it. And again, anytime you guys, if you have any free time, you're all welcome to come up and join me.
Love to do it. We would love to do it, that's for sure. Sounds good, Steve. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
You got it. Yep, bye-bye. Steve O'Neill. Boy, I'm telling you what, you look at the passion meter of somebody in the sport, there'd be tough to find someone that has a notch higher than him. They're probably out there, but there's tough to find.
I would agree.
He is just ate up with this and what they, and he is at like I said, called him the maestro. He's the leader of the whole thing. But that group of people, men and women that he has assembled at Port Royal, he told me one time that, hypothetical situation, if a Tuesday afternoon in December, a load of guardrails showed up unplanned at the racetrack, with one text message, he could have 15 people there to unload it off the truck. And they're all volunteers.
That says a lot about him, too.
Yes, it does, no doubt, yeah. And they're all volunteers.
Yep.
And they do everything. Oh, shoot, it's the man from Mifflintown half the time doing stuff there.
And what they've done to that place in the last 5 to 10 years is
my gosh.
Really amazing.
It's spectacular. So Port Royal Speedway, they just keep growing and growing and growing. And you just are like, what? Ashley's from there, and I've talked to her about it a lot. And I've talked to a lot of people that have been there, and 15 years ago, there wasn't much nice to say about the place.
Yeah, that's about when I raced there.
Yeah, exactly. And now it is the Speed Palace. It is it is within one hand within the top 5 of all the tracks in the country that just the way it's operating. And with no sign that they've reached their peak yet.
No.
That's the thing. What is this going to look like in 5 years? Oh, man. Now I'm just even more depressed and bummed out that I'm not going to be there for any of the fair food or any of the races. And, oh, gosh, I'm telling you what. I might just go to an island with no phone for the next 8 days just to get away from all of the taunting from everyone at Port Royal. Oh, it'll start. Someone will be up there with breakfast pictures, camping out breakfast pictures, and then it'll just go from there.
I mean, never mind if they post a racing photo.
Well, then the racing, you see the racing there?
I do, but I'm laughing
and
at you and your
this
food.
is the thing. Here's the reality of this thing. Everybody from all across the country is going to come in there. They're all going to do this, and they're all going to rub their hands together, and they're all going to do this, and then on Saturday night, they're going to follow the 69K across the finish line with a Tuscarora 50. But maybe this year someone will beat Lance. Yeah, well,
we'll see.
It is so good. Like I said, it's so good what's happening in the state of Pennsylvania and what's happening at Port Royal Speedway. Over the years, Dryden has stood for uncompromised value and proven performance. Known as the hardest working brand in heavy-duty lubrication, Dryden's heritage is made in America and made to last. Dryden products work to increase the life and enhance the efficiency of your equipment in the toughest conditions. Learn more about Dryden's products at Dryden.com. From grassroots racing to NASCAR, Dryden is a proud supporter of racing everywhere. For a year-round high-quality eating experience, look no further than Sage Fruit apples, pears, and cherries. Not only is their produce healthy, but they are grown with such care and precision that you can count on each piece of fruit having exceptional flavor. Sage Fruit, it's our first choice for quick and easy snacking. Get back into NASCAR's roots by driving headfirst into the new home of grassroots racing. Flow Racing keeps the original NASCAR tradition of dirt track racing roaring with more than 1,300 live and on-demand oval races from across the United States. Subscribe today by going to flowracing.com/MRN. Learn how the next generation of NASCAR drivers is prospected in sprint car racing or watch the thrill of last lap slide jobs. Subscribe today by going to flowracing.com/GoMRN. Wing Nation, presented by Dryden DRF Racing Oil. We are all just twisted up about what's going on at Port Royal over the next 8 days or 9 days or so. There's a lot of racing this weekend. World of Outlaw, NOS Energy Drink Sprint Cars. How about this one? The Sage Fruit Skagit Nationals. Yeah. Man, I can't wait to see what happens at Skagit. Woo, that is going to be some outstanding racing.
It is, and I'm excited for Steve Beitler. We had him on a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
and this is kind of one of his last
swan songs. Yeah, exactly. There's another one. Okay, that's another one of those tracks where you see where it's at now, and it's like, wow, this is great. And then when you know what's coming with the new ownership, it's like, what is Skagit going to be like 5 years from now? Man, I'll tell you what, but this weekend they're paying $25,000 on Sunday night for those World of Outlaw guys. Our buddy Chuck Sinks up there probably going to write the check out for them. So the Sage Fruit Skagit Nationals, World of Outlaws, it's on Dirt Vision. Monday night, if you ain't got enough racing all weekend long, Grays Harbor. I might dial that one up too, just because I can.
Stay awake.
Flow Racing All-Star Circuit of Champions, boy, they are home. Attica Raceway Park, the Attica Ambush. Ambush might be the good word for this one.
I love the name of it.
I do too. I love the name of this. But with Cole Macedo and Trey Jacobs and some of these regulars that are running like they are at Attica, the All-Stars might be in for an ambush.
Yep.
That's going to be great. That's going to be Friday and Saturday nights on Flow Racing. Steve Sinclair is going to be busy. Friday, Dodge County Fairgrounds in Wisconsin. This is the IRA Bumper to Bumper Sprint. Saturday, the Plymouth Dirt Track in Sheboygan and 141 Raceway on Sunday night. We had Dominic Selzy on earlier this week. He was talking about this, the Louis Vermeil Classic. What a great race this is. Louis Vermeil. We had years and years ago. We need to dial him up again. We had Dick Vermeil on our television show. Louis' son, the NFL coach. The Louis Vermeil Classic. That's at Silver Dollar Speedway. Lucas Oil ASCS National Tour. They're at Lake Ozark Speedway with the Warrior Region Saturday and Sunday night. So Racing Boys are going to be busy with that one, along with Flow Racing. Listen to this. The Frontier Region. Friday and Saturday, they're in Sweetwater Speedway in Rock Springs, Wyoming. Sunday and Monday, Desert Thunder Raceway in Price, Utah.
Wow.
The regional race is going 4 straight nights just to show
I like
off.
it.
I do too. Mid-South regions at Diamond Park Speedway and Murfreesboro, Arkansas, Saturday. Lone Star region, Saturday night at Super Bowl Speedway in Greenville, Texas. Fast and Sod, I love when our sanctioning bodies all get together. The sprints on dirt, they're run by, Fast and Sod, they're at Hartford this weekend. Got a really, really nice email from the folks at Butler after last week's show. I talked about what a great experience it was. Wonderful, wonderful time. The Butler folks are now running Sod. And so they're partnering up with Fast at Hartford. And so keep an eye on the Sod, the Butler. Keep an eye on that. Just in chatting with them, they're pointing that thing in a good direction in both accounts. So, and I love that they're teamed up with Fast this weekend for Hartford
And
Friday.
I love that racetrack. I know it's a little different, but
that's a great place. That's a great place. Other racing action. NOSA Sprints are at River City on Friday night, Jacksonville, Illinois. Lernerville and Williams Grove has the Todd Schaefer Tribute Race. Saturday, Lincoln has Twin 20s. The 410s are running at Nodak Speedway in North Dakota. Port Royal Speedway, 35 Raceway in Ohio has the Ohio Valley Sprint Cars. Sealands Grove has a race. Sealands Grove races on Sunday. I think I'm wrong on that. Yeah. Sealands Grove's races on Sunday. Wayne County on Sunday has the Pete Jacobs Memorial 15,000 to win.
Watch out for Mr. Jack Hodenshield these days.
The Wild Child, he won there last week. Did you see that?
See old Wild Child? To see him in victory lane.
See old Wild Child wave that checkered flag? Crowd went wild. Boy, wouldn't that be something if he cashes that $15,000 check? A Hodchild winning a Jacobs. Problem, that's going to be loaded because I think the All-Stars are off.
Oh.
And they're all going to be in Attica. So you know that baby is going to draw some cars. But old Wild Child to take it to him there at home. And then Monday, the Labor Day Classic at Port Royal Speedway. So, Labor Day weekend. Oh. I mean, sad that we're getting to this time of the calendar, but man, I'm jacked up about all the races we have. It is good stuff. It is going to be awesome. Speaking of awesome, if you're in Attica, go to that All-Star Circuit of Champions trailer and get some Wing Nation gear. If you're not at Attica, go to www.wingnation.com and get your Wing Nation gear. You can look spectacular as well with that. What's on the Evernham plan for this weekend? Are you
we're going to the beach.
Oh.
So we'll have some.
Kate's going to get some sand between her toes.
Yeah, she's got an extra day off of school, so we're out of here.
Beach. I don't blame you. That's cool.
Last little weekend away.
And then we
got some horse shows coming up.
Well, you're going to get busy in horse show season.
She likes her 1 horsepower.
1 horsepower, yeah. I've got Darlington, and I love Darlington.
I love that weekend.
I love Darlington. And so it's the Cookout Southern 500, 5 o'clock Sunday night, Motor Racing Network. And it just...
The big old throwback.
No, they're not doing the throwback.
They're not there this year.
No, what they've done with it is it's the kickoff of the...
I'm all confused.
Well, no, Darlington, here's the thing, okay? 15 years ago, we wondered if Darlington was going to be around. Now Darlington has too much stuff, okay? So they were like, it's the kickoff to the playoffs.
Okay.
So, well, you don't want to diminish the kickoff to the playoffs with the throwback. You don't want to diminish the throwback to the kickoff to the playoffs, So Throwback is now the spring weekend.
Oh,
They've
yeah,
added
they
a
do.
spring weekend. So we went from 15 years ago, what's
Yeah.
going to happen with Darlington? Darlington has Throwback weekend and the
I
kickoff
love
to the
that
playoffs.
throwback. And in the last few years, they had the Hall of Famers, so we went down for
Yeah.
the race, and man, I loved it.
Man, Darlington.
It's such a neat
oh
place.
gosh, that is just. I know we're a sprint car show, but I'm telling you, even the most ardent sprint car fan
Yeah.
would love NASCAR racing at Darlington.
It kind of has a short
Did
track
you get
feel
that baby
and,
up to the
yeah.
wall? You're just on the talent of the NASCAR racers there is unreal. So we're on the air 5 o'clock for the Cup Series. We have the trucks on Sunday early afternoon and Saturday afternoon the Xfinity Series. So there you go. That's what I'm doing. Darlington.
We'll be tuned in from
I
the beach.
cannot wait to get to Darlington. So and then we'll get back at it. And I got some sprint cars coming up in a few weeks. Yes, I'm all jacked up about that. You kidding me? Coming up this weekend on our Wing Nation presented by Sage Fruit show, Dylan Westbrook, Lucas Oil ASCS National Tour drivers up in the top 5 in points. And you can catch that this weekend. Rev TV in Canada, you have to catch it on Wednesday nights, and then this Saturday on MAV TV. So, hey, we appreciate our buddy Steve O'Neill joining us, but more important than all of that, thank you for joining us here on Wing Nation, presented by Dryden and DRF Racing Oil.